Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all having a great day and that you're all doing well. To start things off, Coinbase, long one of the largest companies in the crypto industry, now ranks among the world's most valuable tech startups following the conclusion of a new round of funding. The San Francisco-based cryptocurrency exchange operator announced on Tuesday that it had closed a $300 million Series E funding round led by Tiger Global Management. The funding round, which Coinbase president and COO Azif Hirji said gave the company a valuation of more than $8 billion, also featured participation from Y Combinator Continuity, Wellington Management, Andreessen Horowitz, and Polychain Capital. Writing in the announcement, Hirji said that Coinbase, which recently outlined a new crypto token listing framework, plans to quickly list more cryptocurrencies, adding that we see hundreds of cryptocurrencies that could be added to our platform today, and we will lay the groundwork to support thousands in the future, end quote. Speaking with Bloomberg, he said that Coinbase does not need the funding, of course not, but pursued it for opportunistic reasons, citing company documents that report states that Coinbase achieved a record $380 million in profit in 2017, and despite the Bitcoin bear market estimates, that profit will grow to $456 million in 2018, with revenue approaching $1.3 billion. The company is interested in investing in us. Know that this is the next wave of tech innovation, Hirji said the publication. There was an opportunistic round. We didn't have to go out and raise capital. That's very smug. Reports had long circulated that Coinbase had internally valued itself at $8 billion, though this valuation had not been confirmed by the market. Until now, according to Bloomberg, Coinbase had attempted to conduct the final round at even higher valuation, but found that the crypto market decline had some investors hesitant about overpricing a cryptocurrency-focused startup. I said before, to start the discussion off, I'm pretty sure at this point that Coinbase is going to be around for quite some time, whether you like them or not. Everything that they've been doing, what they're doing is kind of very similar to what ByNance is doing, and also kind of similar to what are they called? Bitmain is kind of doing. We had report that possibly Coinbase was going to announce their IPO and therefore go public on stock market sometime this week. As of now, that still has not happened, but that is not to say that it is not a possibility, especially when we have news like this floating around that they are now potentially worth around $8 billion. Typically, sometimes, maybe, when companies are doing things like this, they're trying to get in the simplest way, like other investors to know that they're looking for funding, and like sometimes people will then open up and make their company, what's the opposite of private, available for other people to kind of buy into and own stock in and stuff like that. I'm still unsure. I mean, that's not to say that they won't have an IPO, but I could definitely see Coinbase trying to go the route of like we heard before from that other guy yesterday who was talking about that he thinks that potentially Coinbase in the future could become a rival to the NASDAQ or to the New York Stock Exchange. I could definitely see a future where Coinbase rather does not go public now, and in the next couple of years, as they are one of the market leaders, then create some type of like a Coinbase coin or something like that. I'm pretty sure you can all see it coming as well. There are a lot of other cryptocurrency exchanges who are creating their own coins right now, which I don't think is something that's going to slow down anytime soon. Coinbase has been rather conservative in everything that they've done, so I can only assume that at some point that they're definitely talking about it internally, especially when it comes, I think typically on other exchanges, when you use their internal coin, you get like a discounted when you're trading and stuff like that. So I can only assume how great that would be for Coinbase, especially if their revenue is over $1 billion every single year, especially in a bear market. What obviously stands out from all of this is the fact, like I said before in yesterday's video, that it was very interesting that Coinbase has changed the new token listing framework for a third time. Minuscule changes here and there, stuff like that, but it is clear now that what they listed before was not supposed to be there, and I was a lot of people were fighting with me in the comment section and stuff like that, telling me that I was wrong and that the reason that they weren't listing other coins is because that Coinbase cared about the cryptocurrency community, and therefore they were not going to list any coins that are labeled as SHIT coins or coins that are harmful to the cryptocurrency community, depending on how you kind of want to see it. I told you guys from the get-go, Coinbase is a company. They may say, or they may actually in some capacity actually care about the cryptocurrency market and how cryptocurrencies are going to develop and how the decentralization of the entire market is going to be. But at the end of all of this, the idea that they are going to see hundreds of cryptocurrencies added to their platform and lay the groundwork for thousands in the future. First of all, we only have 2,000 right now. I doubt that they're going to add the 2,000 and maybe 100 or something like that are currently listed on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to assume that they are hinting at them getting their security license and therefore being able to add other security tokens that are going to be launching, or the tokenization and securitization of stocks that we now have on the stock market. But this is obviously what stands out the most. I wonder how quickly is this going to happen. We had news a couple of weeks ago, first of all, months ago, when they were talking about adding BAT and Stellar and 0x and 5.5 and all these other coins and stuff like that. And then when 0x got added, they also announced that they were trying to accelerate the amount of new coins that were being added, when they had that thing on their website where if you had created a new cryptocurrency in general, you could send them a message and ask them for their approval and getting it listed onto their exchange. I wonder how many crypto projects actually send them messages. I can only assume, realistically, in a world where everyone wants to get their coin listed on Coinbase because of the Coinbase effect, I can only assume that they had at least over 400 different inquiries from people trying to get their coins added. As far as quickly, still speculating around if they have received their security documentation, paperwork, whatever you want to think that it's called. Because if they do have that, then there's nothing then stopping them from being able to list any other coin. It would be interesting if during this week, this is just hyper speculation based off of the IPO potential news and also the November timeframe that we keep going back to over and over once again, because people keep talking about November being this spectacular, wonderful, amazing time of the year for cryptocurrencies. If they announce not only this, their round of funding that they're worth $8 billion, they go out and announce their IPO, and then they announce that they're going to be adding, or rather that they have received their security license, and therefore they can list a whole slew of other cryptocurrencies. When it comes to big money and stuff like this, I think everyone has been waiting. This is why people have been asking me in the comment section and on forums and stuff like that, when I look around, why there's not much like actual crypto token and or currency, whatever you want to call them, news. And it's mainly coming down to everyone seems to be waiting for the market to kind of move, in that at the beginning of the year, first 2-3 months, we had a lot of wonderfully fantastic news. And every time that news came out, the price continued to drop. And then a lot of cryptocurrency projects just stopped giving us news altogether, because you can't give extremely good news during a bear market, especially when you have a cryptocurrency, because people are going to not care. People are going to care more about the prices of the coins that are actually going down. And therefore, that's just kind of how it is. Let's see where this takes us. The fact that they keep mentioning that they have plans to quickly list more coins. Is that like cryptocurrency quickly? Like, is that like 4 days? Or is that normal finance quickly in like the middle of 2019 or in a year and a half from now? Let's see exactly what happens. But this leads me to believe that the list that we saw before, it was like a list of like 36 coins or something like that Coinbase was talking about adding to their custody platform, which we still don't even have confirmation of which coins those are. I can only assume that those are the coins, my opinion, that are going to be added completely to their site. I can definitely see a world where Coinbase just tries to desperately add the top 150 coins to their platform. If that doesn't start a bull market, I have no idea what will. But let's move on. Right, yeah, so anyway, this was also part of it. This is the actual blog from Coinbase that actually had this information inside of it. So you can see about them talking about adding more coins quickly. That was the point of this tab. Next up, UK officials have outlined a range of regulatory steps around crypto assets and distributed ledger technology in a new report. The UK government's Crypto Asset Task Force, first announced this past March, published its final report on Monday, finding that the technology that makes up cryptocurrencies can be used to benefit the financial services sector as well as other industries. As such, the HM Treasury, Financial Conduct Authority, and the Bank of England, the three groups that constitute the task force, will encourage responsible development of legitimate DLT and crypto asset related activity in the United Kingdom, end quote. The report continues on saying, while the authorities' immediate priority is to mitigate the risks associated with the current generation of crypto assets, the task force considers that other applications of DLT have the potential to deliver significant benefits in both financial services and other sectors. The authorities do not believe there are regulatory barriers to further adoption of DLT, distributed ledger technology, end quote. However, the technology requires further development before it can be used at scale and before these opportunities could be realized, end quote. Among the concrete actions to take place in the coming months is updated guidance for would-be crypto taxpayers. The report says, while the subject is outside of the scope of the task force's report, HM Treasury is working closely with HM Revenue and Customs to consider the tax issues raised by crypto assets. We have now gotten to the time of year where multiple countries are now coming forward talking about taxes, pretty much. That's the basic sum of it. What has happened over the last year, it's not even my opinion anymore, because a day or two it's going to be November, so this is pretty much, we're here. They've taken so long trying to give or not giving any type of framework that we are only a couple of months away from the beginning of tax season. And as none of them have done their job or due diligence when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and therefore have not given any type of framework when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and people do not know what they have to pay for taxes when tax season comes around, now all the governments are trying to scurry forward to give some type of information as far as tax guidance. We also had news a couple of days ago from, it wasn't the SEC, it was some other lettered something, where they were talking about, they urged the IRS in the United States to please give them some type of framework. I think this also happened in France a couple of days ago. It also happened in Germany, where governments are trying to come forward and figure out. There was also something else that happened in Japan, and then something else that happened somewhere else. There was some major regulatory body who said that they hope that the world governments can come to a consensus when it comes to taxation on cryptocurrencies and exactly how how cryptocurrencies will be seen inside of their countries. They took too long. It's all their fault. Let's see if we actually end up getting by early next year. I can only assume that means March or April. Right. Tying into this as well, a report has warned UK's members of parliament to tread carefully when creating regulations to govern the nation's digital currency sector. The document is in response to plans made by members of parliament to place the United Kingdom's financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCA, at the center of a crackdown on money laundering and other crimes facilitated by crypto. Lawmakers in the United Kingdom have been mulling how to regulate the Wild West, that is the digital currency space, for some time now. However, according to a report co-authored by the British Business Federation Authority, or BBFA, law firm Baker Botts, digital assets exchange platform TotaQ, and venture capital fund Novum Insights, the wrong approach could hurt the United Kingdom's rapidly evolving financial technology industry. The report responds to the plan proposed by members of parliament to make the FCA the center of a crypto crackdown. Members of parliament have been calling for the FCA to have their regulated activities order extended so that it can police the industry. It also states that the proposed approach is ashamedly geared around Bitcoin, and that such a policy would end up unfairly penalizing other digital assets. According to a report in the UK's Telegraph newspaper, Patrick Curry, who is the CEO of the BBFA, also stated that a heavy-handed approach to the regulations in the British Isles would encourage exchanges and other businesses associated with the industry to move to more welcoming jurisdictions, such as Malta. Took them 8 months. They're finally getting it. It seems to me that what's happening is, I feel like, so a couple of months ago we had a report, or it was like a news, it was something about some financial mega global corporation entity. All the world leaders kind of got together and they were talking about cryptocurrencies, plural. And this was July, I think it was. It was some major event, and we all foolishly thought that we would get some type of framework because they said that we would get framework in July from them, or some type of a consensus as to what cryptocurrencies are, or were, or are around the world. Lo and behold, that did not happen. And what we have now is that the other countries who have done what they should have done from the very beginning, just put out some type of a framework or lower taxes or told people that they weren't going to have to pay any taxes. Whatever that country is in Eastern Europe, who said that I think they've extended it for like another 5 years for any crypto startups in their country to not pay any taxes as well. Clap, clap, clap. Very good for you. They're slowly realizing that they've taken too long giving the cryptocurrency regulations, and they're now rushing, like I feel, me, myself, about the situation, is that they are rushing to try and give some type of information to people before the United States does, because like I said, all these people know each other, obviously, and I feel like the US's regulatory whatever is going to come relatively soon. This is just my personal opinion. I feel like we are now at that moment where if BACT is going to be launching in the next 5.5-6 weeks, I can only assume that we will have some type of information, at least from the New York Stock Exchange or ICE or BACT themselves, as to what they can and cannot list. And this will be some type of an indication as to what type of paperwork or stuff that they have, that, you know, if they're able to list XRP and like 15 other coins, this clearly shows that they have some type of... Anyway, the point is, other countries are moving ahead. Others are not. They have taken too long. Let's see if they actually end up doing as they should have done the entire time. But it's nice to see at least that they realize that they've taken too long, and that what they could potentially then release in the next couple of weeks, trying to catch up with every other country who's already put out their framework, could potentially harm them. Because if you do the wrong things, like when you have a situation when you have a whole bunch of countries who are talking about, we want all fintech, we want all cryptocurrencies, we allow all ICOs, and you're going to have anywhere from 0 to 4% taxes. And then I don't know what the tax rate is in the UK because I don't live there, but I can definitely assume it's not 4%. So let's hope they get it correct. I feel like if I think the most obvious way to get anyone, or to get any people who are dealing in cryptocurrencies, to go to your country is to probably have a different tax rate for cryptocurrencies, like 10% or less. You would be an immediate magnet, especially with current global events. Not going to even get into that. Let's move on. Next up, Japan is in the news. Japan's Financial Services Agency, or the FSA, has clarified how stablecoins should be treated under Japanese law, and it's not the same way as other cryptocurrencies. Two key laws apply to cryptocurrencies in Japan. First, the Fund Settlement Law classifies cryptocurrencies as a means of payment, which makes them exempt from consumption tax. How smart are they? Second, the Payment Services Act means that cryptocurrency exchanges must register with the FSA. That's logical. The rules of registration and the process of authorization to operate as a cryptocurrency exchange in Japan were tightened in May of 2018. The FSA recently confirmed to news.bitcoin.com that stablecoins are a bit different. The FSA said, in principle, stablecoins pegged by legal currencies do not fall into the category of virtual currencies based on the Payment Services Act. Due to the characteristics of stablecoins, the FSA has said it is not necessarily appropriate for them to suggest what stablecoin operators need to obtain or register before issuing stablecoins. For exchanges offering stablecoins, the FSA added, generally speaking, companies need to register as the issuer of prepaid payment instruments or the fund transfer services providers based on the Payment Services Act. I wonder exactly... Once again, sorry. I wonder exactly how they end up falling into the entire situation at all then. Like, if crypto itself is exempt from consumption tax, does this mean that you are then taxed if you are trading cryptocurrencies and you have to, or rather, you don't have to, you decide to trade into a stablecoin? Japan typically, I want to say historically, it hasn't been that many years. Japan has been at the forefront of allowing cryptocurrencies in their country. The fact that they even have laws like this is absolutely incredible. And I think Cryptocurrencies in Japan are also considered legal tender, which is just fantastic. But it'll be interesting to see if countries end up declaring that stablecoins are not the same as cryptocurrencies, or that they fall under some type of different taxation form thing, something like that bracket. Because I wonder then, will people then continue to want to use stablecoins? First of all, I think maybe 3 to 5 stablecoins is enough. We get it. There are thousands of stablecoins now. I don't think we need that many, but I feel like they're going to become their own ecosystem. And I still have my own ideas about what they could become in the next 5 years. But like I said, Japan has usually been the one to make different types of laws and stuff like that. And other countries sometime in the region tend to follow them, that they look up to what Japan has done for cryptocurrencies. I wonder if in the future we have a completely different system for how stable coins are treated tax-wise and any other financial way, simply because of what Japan has decided to declare. And last up, cryptocurrency exchange ByNance today saw its in-house token, known as ByNance Coin, or BNB, become available to buy and sell with fiat currency for the first time. In a partnership with UK-based trading platform known as eToro, the exchange will open up its token, which traders can use to pay fees, to direct exchange against the euro, British pound, US dollar, or Japanese yen. BNB is the 13th cryptocurrency asset to launch on eToro, which has cemented its bullish position on the asset class over the past 2 years. Commenting on the decision, eToro CEO and co-founder Yoni Asia continued the upbeat sentiment. He said, despite sensational headlines about the death of crypto, we continue to believe in the potential for crypto assets, as do our clients, who are increasingly looking to diversify their crypto holdings. He said in an accompanying press release, in response, we will continue to add the leading crypto assets to our range, and we are pleased to add ByNance Coin to the platform, end quote. Until now, only all cryptocurrency exchanges had offered the token. Binance similarly not supporting fiat currency beyond the US dollar pegged stablecoin known as Tether. One of the most successful ICO tokens of 2017, ByNance Coin has managed to avoid the bear market, which saw multiple other assets plummet in value by over 95%. Interestingly enough, people were, a lot of days I've seen people posting in the comment section how much they love ByNance Coin. I think that's wonderful. I understand the use cases for ByNance Coin, like I get it. I don't see it becoming like a world currency. I guess this is why I don't really pay that much attention to it, but I do understand I think when you use ByNance Coin on their platform, I think you get like another discount when you're trading stuff back and forth. This is not paid advertisement, by the way. But the fact that it's been added to another platform where you can buy it with the euro, British pound, and US dollar or Japanese yen is pretty intense. I'm not going to lie. I wonder how far that's going to go. Like, I get the listing, but I kind of don't get the listing at the exact same time. There are a lot of people who think that Binance's coin is going to eventually go up like a lot in value, but it hasn't really like slid down during the bear market, and every coin tends to go up during the a bull run. And the coin has an actual use case. Like you don't have to use it on the exchange, but if you use it on the exchange, it has like an actual good purpose. Let's see if that's going to continue happening. I'm still sure that at some point Coinbase is going to launch Coin or like Base Coin. I can see Base Coin. Coin sounds a little insane. I would use it though. The point is, that's eToro added another coin, and it's ByNance Coin. Let's see if that ends up taking off in the near future. All right, everyone. That is definitely going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you once again for watching and or listening. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.